Geometry 1-2. Let's get right into it here. Linear measure is this section, the name of this section. Measuring line segments. Let's talk about measuring line segments. A line segment can be measured because it has endpoints. So if you remember when we were talking about lines in the last section, the line goes on forever in each direction, and so you can't measure it. It's immeasurable. It goes on forever. A line segment stops at each end. And so like this pencil could be like a line segment. It stops here and stops here, and so I could measure this pencil. So we're going to write a little bit right here, and then we're going to start measuring. So the measure of segment AB, now notice I didn't draw any arrows on here because this signifies that this section here, AB, is a segment and not a line. If it was a line, it would have arrows on top. The measure of segment AB is written as AB. So we'll look at this in just a second. Let's look at metric units. Centimeters are divided into 10 millimeters. So let's look at some examples here. So this is a metric ruler. This is also a metric ruler. This one just has centimeters on it. So this is 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 3 and 4 centimeters. And so if this segment here starts here at this point, which is A, and ends here at this point, which is B, AB, segment AB, is about, can't really say it's actually 4 centimeters long, but it's almost 4 centimeters long. It's about 4 centimeters long. So we could say AB is about 4 centimeters. This is kind of like a wiggly equal sign, is about, or approximately. All right, this time we've got my centimeters here, my metric ruler. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This time I can tell where this segment is on this ruler because I have the millimeters. So notice there are 10 millimeters with each of these centimeters. So I've got 0 centimeters here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 millimeters makes 1 centimeter. Okay, so now I know AB, line AB, line segment AB is 3.8 centimeters. And I can just say point because each one of these millimeters is 0.1 centimeters. So 3.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3.8 centimeters. Or 38 millimeters if you wanted to say that. So I know AB equals 3.8 centimeters. All right. So now we're going to do the same thing, but you are going to do this as a U try. So I'm going to help you label this. So this is centimeters, and this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is line segment CD. And use this example up here to tell what your answer is going to be for down here. Go ahead and pause and measure this. All right, so hopefully you paused and you made a measurement here and you followed the example above, and you should have said something like segment CD is about 2 centimeters. Or you may have written CD is about 2 centimeters. Either one of those answers would be fine. Now let's look at the way America does it, North America. Well, I don't know about Canada actually, so we should just say the United States of America. We use standard units, which is more confusing than the metric system, but that's the way it is. So we use inches, and they are divided into 1/4, they're divided into eighths, they're divided into halves, and they're divided into 16ths. And it depends on your ruler, what you might have. On there, sometimes they're divided into quarters and eighths and halves, but not necessarily 16ths. A lot of your rulers will have 16ths, so we are going to use a ruler. Hopefully you have a ruler in your home. And we are going to measure this. So I'm going to look here, and I'm going to bring the 0 to the edge of my line segment. And then I can see I have 1 inch here. And then I have this much left over. And if you can see, when the inch on the ruler is divided in half, it's got this longer segment here that says this is half of an inch. And then it's got this next longest segment, and that's the quarter. So I've got a quarter, and then a half, which is 2 quarters, and then another quarter, which is 3 quarters, and then the 4th quarter here is the whole inch. So right here I have 1 and 1/4. So this is 1 and 1/4 inches. I could also, if I were to look at this, I could say this is, these little guys here, the smallest ones, are 16ths. So I can have 1, 2, 3, 4 16ths. So I could have 1 and 4 16ths. 1/4 and 4 16ths are equivalent fractions, so they mean the same thing. So this is the simplified version of it. Now let's go ahead and measure this next one. Same thing again. I've got 1 inch, 2 inches, and now I go 1 2 16ths. 2 16ths is an eighth. So I say 2 and 1/8 inches. All right, let's keep going. Betweenness of points. It's kind of a fun word. Betweenness of points. So, point M, a lot of times when, well, anyway, point M is between points P and Q if, oh, what is this a typo? 2 F's and if? Do you usually spell if with 2 F's? No, you don't usually, but it's not a typo. When you see IFF, that's shorthand. People, mathematicians don't like to write things out because they're writing a lot of stuff. So if I have IFF, that means if and only if. That's what IFF stands for, if and only if. So point M is between points P and Q if and only if P, Q, and M are collinear and PM plus MQ equals PQ. All right, let's visualize this so that maybe it can make more sense. So if I have P, Q, So M is between P and Q, right? We got P and Q, so M is somewhere in between there. It doesn't say it's in the middle, it just is in between P and Q. Now, M has to be on the same line if it's going to be between these two, right? If M is up here, that's not really between P and Q. It's kind of, it's not quite in between, okay? It's over off to the side. So M is between P and Q if and only if they are collinear. So M is between there if it's collinear with P and Q, and if I take this segment and add it to this segment, then I end up with this whole thing. So PM plus MQ equals PQ, the whole segment. Let's do some examples. So I'm going to have a line, and I'm going to have on this line 3 points, and try to make this look like at least it's the same distance between these guys. So this is line EG, and there's a point in between here that is F. And the distance between E and F is 2 3/4 inches. And the distance between F and G is also 2 3/4 inches. And when these two segments are the same, see how they're both 2 3/4 inches, E and F and G, I can draw a little tick mark here. And this says this segment is equal to this segment, or equivalent to. So now I want to find out what is the distance from E to G. So what is the distance between E and G? So what I can do is I can just say 2 3/4 inches plus 2 3/4 inches equals EG. So now I can do some fancy finding common denominator, multiplying the 2 by the 4, and that's 8 plus 3, which is 11. And then so 11/4 plus 11/4 is 22/4, and then I can turn that back into a oh man, my words are gone. So anyway, we can turn that back into a mixed number instead of an improper fraction. But I would rather just say 3/4 plus 3/4 is 1.5, right? 2 plus 2 is 4, 1.5 plus 4 is 5.5. Equals EG. Now let's do it the other way I was saying, just so that I didn't totally confuse you there. 2 times 4 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11, so I have 11/4 plus, this one is going to be 11/4 as well, equals EG. So that's 22/4. 22/4 equals EG, and we have an improper fraction here. So what we need to do here is divide the top and the bottom both by 2, and I get 11/2 equals EG. So now I can say 2 goes into 11 5 times, with 1 left over here, so I've got 5 1/2 inches equals EG. Okay, that's the other way to do it. I like this way better. But let's move on. U-try. So we're going to draw this U-try out. We've got a line segment, and this is J, and then this point here is K, and this point is L. So we've got line segment JL. Now, JK is 8.4 centimeters. KL is 3.9 centimeters. So I want to know what is JL, the distance from J to L. So go ahead and pause and figure that out. Welcome back. Let's see how you did. 8.4 and 3.9. 8.4 is JK, KL is 3.9, and I know that if I add these two together, then I get the whole segment. So JL is going to be 8.4 centimeters plus 3.9 centimeters. 8.4 plus 3.9, make sure you make your decimal points lined up here. So 9 plus 4 is 3, carry the 1, or 13, carry the 1. And then we've got, bring the point down again. And 8 plus 3 plus 1 is 12. 12.3 centimeters is your answer for that one. All right, let's do some more examples here. I'm going to give you, let's do one together, and then we'll do one on your own. So this is going to be A, then this point is B, and then the last point is C. BC is 5.8, and AC, that distance, is 13.2 meters. So this is 5.8 meters, 13.2 meters. What I want to know is what is AB? So the distance from A to B. Think about that for a second. If AC is 13.2 and BC is 5.8 meters, what is this distance right here? Now the way to figure this out is to take the whole, subtract this part, and then you'll end up with this part. So 13.2 meters minus 5.8 meters. And now you could go like this, across, 4 point, and this was 12, 7.4 meters. All right, you do one. So let's get this set up. So this is P, Q, and R. PQ is 6 5/8 inches. That's PQ. And then PR is 13 3/4 inches. So now I want you to find QR. Know that you might have to find a common denominator when you do your math here. Remember what we did up here? You can use that same idea and do that right here. Okay, pause. Okay, welcome back. Let's see how you did. So I'm going to take the whole here, and I'm going to subtract PQ to find QR. So the whole is 13 3/4. I know that I have to do eighths here, so I'm going to change this one. So I've got 13, and to make 3/4 into eighths, I've got to say multiply the top and the bottom both by 2, or I multiply the whole thing by 1, that is 2 divided by 2, which is 1, equals 6/8. So I've got 13 6/8 minus 6 5/8. Okay, so I'm going to look at the eighths first. 6/8 minus 5/8, phew, that's easy, 1/8. And then 13 minus 6 is 5. 5, it's not 5. 13 minus 6 is 7. 7 1/8 inch is what QR is. There it is. So hopefully you got that right. Let's move on. We got just a little bit left out of this section. And we are going to do a couple more examples. Oh, this is good. All right. Write and solve equations to find measurements. All right, we've got 2 problems here. One to do together and then one to do on your own. Another line segment. See, you guys might be getting pretty good at drawing straight lines here. All right, this is X, Y, Z. So this is a line segment X, Z. And it is X, Y, and Z are collinear points. Notice they're all in the same line segment there. Okay, XY is 3A. XZ is 5A minus 4. I want to know what is YZ. So remember, from what we just did, if I want to find a small segment, I want to find a piece, I subtract the other piece from the whole. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to say 5A minus 4 minus 3A. And that's going to get me 5A minus 3A is 2A. And then I just have this negative 4 left over. 2A minus 4. Hey, that wasn't so bad. Now let's have you guys do one. Okay, here we go. We've got 3 collinear points, A, B, C. AB is X, BC is 2X plus 3, and AC is 4X minus 12. Okay, I want to know what is X equal, and I want to know what is AC equal. So you're going to want to find X first, and then find what AC is. So I'm going to pause and let you stew over this and see what you can figure out, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss it and then do the problem. So pause here and try to figure this out. Okay, hopefully you did some work with your gray matter there and figured out what to do here. Now, in order to find X, I've got to set something equal to something, and so that I can solve for X. I know that AC, the whole thing, is 4X minus 12. I'm just going to write that down, 4X minus 12. And I know that AB plus BC equals the whole thing. Let me write this in terms of the letters here. I know that AC, that whole thing is this one, AC equals AB plus BC, right? I know this section plus this section equals the whole thing. So the whole thing, AC, equals AB plus BC. So AC is 4X minus 12. AB is X, so I'm just going to substitute X there, plus BC, which is 2X plus 3. Now I'm just going to do algebra to solve for X. So I'll add these two 1X plus 2X's together. That gives me 3X. So I'm going to subtract 3X from both sides. So now I've got 1X left. X minus 12 equals 3. I'm going to add 12 to each side. X equals 3 plus 12, which is 15. So X equals 15. And now I need to know what AC is. That's this whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my X value and substitute it in for X. 4 times 15 minus 12. 4 times 15 is 60. 60 minus 12 equals 48. And that is how you do that one. Good. And that is the end of 1-2. Do a good job on your homework. See you next time.